Modern financial markets execute trades in a fraction of a millisecond. Yet, most decentralized finance today grinds to a halt, waiting for a human to click a dashboard button or manually approve a wallet signature. This delay is the primary obstacle to the machine economy, a state where autonomous AI agents analyze markets and deploy capital directly without human intervention. But an unsecured agent wallet is a liability. Without protection, its logic can be hijacked by prompt injection, or its orders drained by algorithmic predators. Denarii DeFi addresses this by consolidating over 100 security repositories into a single stack. To make autonomous finance viable, every step of a transaction must be re-engineered. We can see this in practice by following one multi-chain machine trait through the system. The process begins with a natural language intent. A user instructs the system to autonomously route and trade an asset across different networks. Before the agent can access any capital, the request triggers the 8 intercept pipeline and the ShipGuard security systems. This guardian shield scans the agent's tool calls in real time, stripping out malicious prompts or supply chain risks before they can execute. Once the scan confirms the request is safe, the system permits the payload to enter the execution environment. By intercepting cognitive threats at this entry point, the system ensures the agent can manage capital without requiring human oversight for every move. Even with a secure intent, the agent is still vulnerable once it enters the open market. On a public blockchain, transparent orders are easy targets for front-running bots. Denarii mitigates this by using Flare confidential compute and the FCE order book engine to shield order data from the rest of the market. The trade is processed inside a trusted execution environment, a hardware-secured enclave where orders are matched privately, ensuring zero information leakage to external observers. This confidential execution environment prevents predatory manipulation, allowing AI agents to trade fairly at institutional scale. Once the trade is matched, the resulting settlement must be broadcast across isolated blockchains like the XRP Ledger or Hedera. The verifiable interoperability layer handles the communication between these fragmented networks. Because the trade happened inside a private enclave, the system generates a cryptographic attestation, a mathematical proof that the transaction occurred correctly. This proof allows the target blockchain to verify and settle the transaction without ever needing to expose the sensitive trade details that were shielded during matching. This layer replaces the need for centralized bridges, using verified math to connect isolated block spaces into a single agent-driven economy. The trade has settled, but standard blockchains record the result as a transaction hash, a string of alphanumeric code that is functionally unreadable to a human. For corporate treasuries and auditors, this opaque data is a bottleneck. They need to know the specific context of the payment to meet compliance standards. The Denarii Factum engine solves this by compiling that raw machine data into a structured, compliant format. It produces a structured audit message, an ISO-compliant receipt that details the agent's identity, the payment amount, and the specific business purpose behind the transaction. In a single automated workflow, the transaction was secured against hijacking, it was matched entirely confidentially, settled across multiple different chains, and finalized as an auditable record. By integrating security, private execution, and automated compliance, Denarii built the infrastructure required for machine-led enterprises to function. It moves capital at the speed of an API, while maintaining the transparency required by global finance.